OMC outdrive. Had a problem with a gimbal bearing going bad along with U-joints. There's plenty of videos on how to do them on the internet, so here's just some key notes and takeaways to make your life easier. Gimbal bearings in there, right in the center, easiest to do with the specialty tools. One thing you should always remember to do that they don't talk about much on videos is use some silicone sealant around the rings of this bellow up here to make sure it gets sealed. The inner one, I use silicone sealant on the inside when I put it on, and it has a hose clamp, but this outer section, it just sits on a ring on the outside. Nothing else holds it in, nothing else keeps the water out. So make sure to apply a liberal amount of sealant on there to make sure it seals to keep the water out so the gimbal doesn't fail again. Another thing to look for is allows water up into this area if it's not the bellow, is this shift lever right here. It has a rubber bushing right here inside that bushing. Has a little rubber O-ring on this shaft. Simply take this nut, back it out. This shaft will slide right out from this lever and out of this bushing. You'll see one simple O-ring right there. Make sure to change that because it's nice and easy to get to while you're there, and lube it up with a bunch of grease and put it back in, tighten it back down. It does have a pin location hole, so that bolt goes back in the same spot. You don't have to worry about shifter alignment issues in the long term. So those are the key notes to always make sure. Exhaust bellow actually goes in a lot easier with some grease. Just throw some grease around the seals on the inside and outside. Allows it to slide right on the shaft, nice and easy, and it has a hose clamp on the inside. Specialty tools that make this job a lot easier. Gimbal bearing removable tool. Shaft goes right through the center of the gimbal bearing. You use your adjustable wrench right here and turn out, draws that gimbal bearing out nice and easy. It is a lifesaver to make this job a lot easier when you're doing this job. Along with alignment tool that has a driver bushing, so this helps drive the gimbal bearing back in properly, and has the stages to allow you to check to make sure that your engine and outdrive are still in alignment. One other fun thing I liked finding was this hook tool. This helps when the bellows are stuck on there. If they're held without a sealant, it allows you to reach in there and grab and peel it off the inner snout from the outdrive. And then your best friend is a 5/16 inch wobble socket to get those band clamps off on the outdrive. Having an extension with this W ratchet has worked for me. You can just use more extensions, but having the wobble socket has made life a lot easier. One note to also mention is on the back side that you can probably hardly see is you got your grounding straps. Always make sure they get under the band clamps. As you can see, there's one right there. You get one on the upper bellow band clamp as well. That helps keep it from rusting away and corroding and disintegrating on you while your boat sits in the water long term. So always make sure those ground straps get underneath that band clamp when you're doing the job. Those are things that I found that makes life a lot easier.